Alright, you guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. It is your boy Tornadoes Man, and I am back with a brand new video. And today we are taking a look at a storm that we forgot to cover, which was part of the 2011 tornado season. From all the Alabama tornadoes that we discovered from the 2011 Alabama outbreak, here is one tornado we forgot from that previous outbreak, and this is the 2011 Philadelphia, Mississippi tornado. This tornado was formed on April 27th, 2011 at 2:30 p.m. and dissipated April 27, 2011 at 3:30 p.m. The destruction of this tornado was 30 minutes, and this tornado was rated EF5 within 30 minutes. And that's the problem that keeps on killing me, because these tornadoes aren't even lasting to about a half an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours or more, and it gets an EF5 rating just that fast. But again, there's nothing I can do about how strong these tornadoes are. The only thing I can do is cover these videos, give you my facts and my opinions on these videos, and about how these tornadoes became what they became. So let's get into it. This tornado had the maximum wind speeds of 205 miles per hour. That is 5 more miles per hour to what the 2025 Enderlin tornado had, which the Enderlin tornado last year was 210 miles per hour, and that was the max rating for that EF5 tornado. But we will see. Fatalities were 3. There were 8 injuries throughout this tornado. Damage was $1.1 million worth of 2011 United States dollars. Areas affected was Neshoba County, Kemper County, Winston County, Neshoba County, and counties in Mississippi. So them were the 4 counties that were affected in this tornado's mileage path. So let's get into our article. During the afternoon hours of April 27, 2011, an extremely powerful and most fast-moving EF5 violent multi-vortex tornado, known commonly as the Philadelphia Mississippi tornado or the Philadelphia EF5, touched down in eastern Mississippi, causing catastrophic damage to the northern outskirts of the town of Philadelphia. Part of the historic 2011 Super Outbreak, the largest tornado outbreak on record, this was the first of 4 EF5 tornadoes that touched down that day, and the first such storm in Mississippi since the 1966 Candlestick Park tornado. While on the ground for 30 minutes, it traveled along a 28.8 mile, 41.51 km path through 4 counties, leaving behind 3 deaths, 8 injuries, and $1.8 million in damage.
supercell thunderstorm that produced this tornado formed around 1 p.m. CDT south of Jackson, Mississippi. Traveling briskly to the northeast, it became severe within 25 minutes and potentially tornadic by 1:36 p.m. CDT. The tornado finally touched down at 2:30 p.m. CDT just east of the Philadelphia Municipal Airport. It quickly intensified and began producing EF5 damage by 2:38 p.m. CDT, extreme ground scouring, up to 0.5 meters, 1.6 feet, deep in places, occurred in northeastern Neshoba County. After crossing into Kemper County, the tornado obliterated a mobile home, killing all three inside. It reached EF5 strength a second time near the Kemper-Winston county line, where extreme ground scouring again took place and pavement was scoured from roads. Extensive tree damage took place elsewhere along the track, and it ultimately dissipated at 3 p.m. CDT about 6 miles, 9.7 kilometers, north of Mashulaville. Meteorological synopsis. Main article, 2011 Super Outbreak section. Meteorological synopsis. Setup. Environmental conditions leading up to the 2011 Super Outbreak were among the most conducive to violent tornadoes ever documented. 2. On April 25, a vigorous upper-level shortwave trough moved into the southern plains states. 3. Ample instability, low-level moisture, and wind shear all fueled a significant tornado outbreak from Texas to Tennessee. At least 64 tornadoes touched down on this day. 2. An area of low pressure consolidated over Texas on April 26 and traveled east while the aforementioned shortwave trough traversed the Mississippi and Ohio River valleys. 4. Another 50 tornadoes touched down on this day. 2. The multi-day outbreak culminated on April 27 with the most violent day of tornadic activity since the 1974 Super Outbreak. Multiple episodes of tornadic activity ensued, with 2 waves of mesoscale convective systems in the morning hours followed by a widespread outbreak of supercells from Mississippi to North Carolina during the afternoon into the evening. 2. Tornadic activity on April 27 was precipitated by a 995 millibars, HPA, 29.39 nhg, surface low situated over Kentucky and a deep, negatively tilted, aligned northwest to southeast, trough over Arkansas and Louisiana. A strong southwesterly surface jet intersected these systems at a 60 degrees angle, and a geostrophic flow that led to storm relative helicity values in excess of 500 meters 2s-2, indicative of extreme wind shear and a very high potential for rotating updrafts within supercells. Ample moisture from the Gulf of Mexico was brought north across the deep south, leading to daytime high temperatures of 77 to 81 degrees Fahrenheit, 25 to 27 degrees Celsius, and dew points of 66 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 19 to 22 degrees Celsius. Furthermore, convective available potential energy, CAPE, values reached 2,500 to 3,000 J per kilogram. 2. The National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center outlined a high-risk area for severe weather over central Alabama on this map. National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center's Day 1 convective outlook for April 27, showing the categorical graphic. This version of the map shows a 45% probability of a tornado within 25 miles of a given point in the highest risk area, and a 10% chance of a significant tornado. The probability of a tornado within 25 miles of a point, cross-hatched area, 10% or greater probability of EF2 plus tornadoes. The morning of April 27, a strong cold front with several areas of embedded low pressure extended from the Texas Hill Country northeastward towards the Arklatex and the Ozarks, and later into the lower Ohio Valley. Warm moist air was in place due to strong southerly flow ahead of the front over Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. An upper-level disturbance sparked a broad area of showers and thunderstorms as it moved across the frontal boundary on the previous evening. The eastern edge of the line of showers and storms continued to move eastward, in concert with the upper disturbance, reaching the northwest Alabama border around 2 a.m. CDT 5. This produced the last and most violent round of severe weather, which began around 2:30 p.m. CDT for northern Alabama and parts of Mississippi as supercells began to line up to the southwest of the area. During the early afternoon hours, the potential for destructive tornadoes was highlighted by the Storm Prediction Center's upgrade to a high risk for severe weather around 1 p.m. CDT 5. This prompted a particularly dangerous situation, PDS, Tornado Watch, which was issued for northern Alabama and portions of southern Tennessee at 1:45 p.m. CDT. The bulletin that accompanied the watch read, 6. The NWS Storm Prediction Center has issued a tornado watch for portions of much of Alabama, northwest Georgia, southeast Mississippi, southern middle Tennessee, effective this Wednesday afternoon and evening from 1:45 p.m. until 1:00 p.m. CDT. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Destructive tornadoes, large hail to 4 inches in diameter, thunderstorm wind gusts to 80 miles per hour, and dangerous lightning are possible in these areas. The potential for tornadoes ramped up from noon through 9 p.m. CDT. During this period, much of Alabama and Mississippi experienced numerous supercell thunderstorms that produced violent tornadoes, including 4 EF5 tornadoes, one being the Philadelphia tornado. 5, 7, 8. Tornado summary. Formation and rapid around 1 p.m. CDT, a supercell thunderstorm developed south of Jackson, Mississippi, and traveled northeast at 55 miles per hour, 89 kilometers per hour. 1:09. About 25 minutes later, the intensifying storm became severe and prompted a severe thunderstorm warning, advising residents of damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour, 97 kilometers per hour, and 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters, diameter hail, from the National Weather Service office in Jackson for Leake, Rankin, and Scott counties. 9. The developing storm gradually developed a hook echo signature, 1, and a tornado warning was issued for Leake and Scott counties at 1:36 p.m. CDT 10, and extended to Neshoba County at 2:03 p.m. CDT 11, at 2:30 p.m. CDT, the storm produced a small tornado along the northern edge of Philadelphia, just east of Philadelphia Municipal Airport and near an Army National Guard armory. 12:13, here, large trees were downed and a building sustained significant roof damage. 13, within minutes, the tornado began producing EF2 damage to homes and other structures. 1. It soon grew to 900 yards, 820 meters, in diameter and warranted the issuance of a tornado emergency for northeastern Neshoba County at 2:36 p.m. CDT 11. Northern Philadelphia and Neshoba Kemper County. Traveling along in parallel to MS-21, the tornado leveled and partially swept away a brick home near the intersection with MS-491, indicative of low-end EF4 damage. 13. A debris ball was apparent on Doppler weather radar imagery by this time. The storm began producing EF5 damage at 2:38 p.m. CDT in northeastern Neshoba County. Tremendous ground scouring took place in the county, including in one field where the tornado dug a large trench into the ground, removing up to 2 feet, 0.61 meters of soil in places. 1. Grass was torn out by the roots and in clumps by suction vortices embedded within the tornado. 2. Large trees were entirely uprooted, debarked, defoliated, and thrown up to 20 yards, 18 meters, as well. 13. Maximum winds in the tornado were estimated at 205 miles per hour, 330 kilometers per hour. 12. The storm moved through the Pearl River Resort, where it destroyed a historic log cabin, 14, fencing, lighting, and dugouts at 2 baseball fields. 1-5. As the storm neared the edge of Neshoba County, the tornado emergency was extended to include northern Kemper County, southeastern Winston County, and all of Noxubee County. 1-6. The tornado weakened briefly as it passed through the small community of Coy along the Neshoba-Kemper County line. Some trees took some extensive damage and a mobile home was destroyed. Upon leaving the community, 13, the tornado intensified and produced EF5 damage again by 2:47 p.m. CDT. 1. Throughout Neshoba County, the tornado damaged or destroyed 91 structures, leaving about 32 people homeless. 1-5. Remains of a car wrapped around a tree. Kemper County, a 3,000 square featuring 280 meters 2 mini-mart was damaged beyond repair. 11 people sought refuge inside the building's bathroom when the tornado struck. All escaped without injuries. 17. Along the Kemper-Winston County line, EF5 damage occurred as extremely deep ground scouring took place again and asphalt was ripped from roads. On Green Road, a double-wide mobile home, anchored to the ground, was lofted 300 yards, 270 meters, and obliterated when it landed in a nearby tree line. Debris from the home was scattered hundreds of yards farther. The survey team found no evidence of it having bounced or rolled from where it was picked up to where it impacted the tree line. All 3 occupants were killed, the sole fatalities from this tornado. Nearby, the tornado weakened to EF3 strength as 2 brick homes were destroyed with barely any interior walls left standing. 2 people sustained serious injuries. 13. A well-built frame wood home was nearly swept clean off its foundation and 2 trailers were destroyed. Cars were hurled hundreds of yards, often bouncing along the way, and some were rendered almost unrecognizable and were wrapped around trees. 1. Continuing through southeastern Winston County, the tornado weakened slightly to EF2 strength but continued to produce extensive tree and property damage. As it crossed Central McDonald Road, it destroyed a single-wide mobile home and leveled a nearby grove of pine trees. 13. Weakening and dissipation. The tornado approached the Winston-Noxubee border. It caused substantial roof damage to a church and left impact holes in the back wall. Extreme tree damage was noted along the border as the tornado regained EF3 intensity. Along Butler Road, to the southwest of Macon, additional pavement scouring took place, along with the destruction of a shop and a bus being rolled. Thereafter, the tornado steadily weakened before dissipating roughly 6 miles, 9.7 kilometers, north of Mashulaville at 3 p.m. CDT. 13. Throughout its 30-minute track, the tornado traveled 28.28 miles, 45.51 kilometers, killed 3 people, injured 8 others, 13, and caused $1.1 million in damage. 12.18. Supercell that produced this EF5 tornado later spawned an EF1 tornado in northeastern Noxubee County at 3:18 p.m. CDT. The parent storm dissipated around 3:29 p.m. CDT as another supercell overtook it near the Mississippi-Alabama state line. That cell produced an exceptionally long-lived EF4 tornado that traveled nearly 128 miles, 206 kilometers, across Alabama. The Philadelphia tornado marked the first instance of an F5 or EF5 tornado in Mississippi since the March 3, 1966, Candlestick Park tornado. Following another EF5 tornado that struck Smithville later on April 27, the outbreak marked the first known instance of 2 EF5 tornadoes on a single day in Mississippi. 19. Immediately following the destructive tornadoes, Mississippi Governor Haley Barbour declared a state of emergency for 39 counties. 14. On April 29, President Barack Obama signed a major disaster declaration for 29 Mississippi counties in the wake of the Super Outbreak and another deadly outbreak on April 15. This allowed residents and some local governments to sign up to receive federal funding to repair damage incurred from the storms. 2-0, more than 60 members of the Longino Baptist Church assisted residents of Neshoba County with debris removal and cleaning, also providing refreshments. The Salvation Army established a feeding center at the Coy Methodist Church. 2-1, disaster unemployment assistance was made available for people who lost their jobs due to storms and flooding, starting on May 17. 22, by July, a total of $15,734,072 in federal funding was approved through the Federal Emergency Management Agency for victims of the April 15 to 28 storms. 23.
Alright, you guys, and that is it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every single time your boy posts a brand new video, and that will cover it for 2011. There are no more 2011 tornado videos I need to cover, finally, because I am sick and tired of the 2011 tornado season. I just want to get it out of my head. But it is officially over. I am done recovering all tornado videos from 2011, especially from Mississippi and Alabama. There is one that I've been looking at, and it's from Louisiana in 2011, but I don't think I will be able to find it. But I will continue to keep looking for it. So, yeah, so make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every single time your boy posts a brand new video. Peace out.